This is Jared Horak for today's RacingDigest.com. This is going to be my second 2018 Kentucky Derby Contenders update. I updated prior to the front runner, the Champagne, and the Breeders' Futurity. Going into those races, after Del Mar and Saratoga, my first update, I had Boat de Oro was my top contender for the Derby, and then my second one was Free Drop Billy, and both of those horses were in action. First in the front runner at Santa Anita, and Boat de Oro was ultra impressive in that race. He was able to stalk the pace, pull clear, win by 7 lengths. It was an outstanding effort, and obviously based on that effort and the speed figures that he earned, he's going to continue to be my #1 Derby contender. Now, jump over to Keeneland a week later on October 7th. Free Drop Billy broke from an outer post, and he was able to get the job done easily in the Breeders' Futurity at Keeneland around 2 turns. So I figured he was going to get better around 2 turns. That's exactly what happened. Same with Boat de Oro, based on that pedigree and what they showed in sprint races. They figured to improve, and they did just that in those races. So they were both impressive. Now, the Champagne at Belmont Park also run on October 7th. And in that race, Firenze Fire from the outside post, he was able to spring the upset. He beat one of my top-ranked Derby contenders, who was number 6 last week in my first Derby contenders ranking, Good Magic. So Good Magic ended up just missing by a half length in that race. So in other juvenile news, I'm going to give some other news here for trainer Bob Baffert. He has a few Derby contenders. Nero is one that was highly regarded, paid a lot for him, started out at Del Mar. He ended up finishing second. He disappeared from the work tab for a while, but he's back on the work tab. He worked on October 4th and again on October 11th, so he's working his way back to his second career start. On August 27th, he ended up finishing second. He set the pace he just missed. His highly regarded stablemate, St. Patrick's Day, American Pharoah's brother. Baffert's going to give that one some time off. He thinks he's a bit immature and he needs some time to develop. But he's one that's maybe to look forward next year. Baffert has a debut winner recently, Morhino, on September 30th. He got a 125 final rating from today's Racing Digest. That was a nice effort. And he's going to show up in the Speakeasy Stakes at Santa Anita on October 15th. And then Baffert also unveiled a first-time out winner, Talent Scout, on October 9th at Santa Anita. So Baffert, again, has a lot of Derby contenders. Dale Romans has Tiz Mischief stretched him out in his 3rd career start on October 7th. Rallied from 10th to break his maiden at 1 mile and 16th at Keeneland. He's going to run in the Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes next. Bravazzo, who finished second in the Breeders' Futurity for Wayne Lucas, he's going to show up in that Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes as well. Now, some horses that are on the sidelines. Dak Attack for trainer Dale Romans. He has sore shins, and he's off for a little while. We have Sporting Chance for Wayne Lucas. He won the Hopeful, and he's out of action with sore shins as well. Tatters to Riches for trainer Jeff Mullins. They paid over $1 million for this one. Won his debut, didn't hit the board in Del Mar Futurity, and then he's had surgery to remove a bone chip, so he's out for 4 months. And then Jungle Warfare was on my list for my first list, along with Tatters to Riches. They're both removed from the list. Jungle Warfare is now 0 for 4. He hit the board. He was second behind a runaway winner at Santa Anita on September 29th, around 2 turns. He's going to have to improve to remain on my list. So my list, I have my 11 top contenders, and you can read that list at today's RacingDigest.com. My first list, my updated list. You can watch my first video in this video as well. You can find all that information at today's RacingDigest.com. But I'll give you my top 5 right now, and you can read the rest of my blog if you're interested. Coming in at number 5 for my second list is going to be Hollywood Star for trainer Dale Romans. This one's pointing for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. His speed figures for today's Racing Digest improved in all 3 outings. He got a 120 in his career debut on June 28th. Then in the Saratoga Special, he got a 123. And then in the Iroquois, he finished second. He got a 134 final. So he's been improving. His CPR, fire, and pace ratings all improved in all of his starts. Joel Rosario is going to ride him in that Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Coming in at number 4 is going to be Good Magic. He's up from number 6. He's still a maiden after 2 starts for Chad Brown. But that was an excellent effort. Second career start in the Champagne against winners. He got a 138 final rating, missing by a half length. That was an excellent effort. Firenze Fire just had more experience than him and was able to rally from 10th to catch him. But that was an outstanding effort. He should continue to improve. He won't be a maiden much longer. Coming in at number 3, Solomini for trainer Bob Baffert. He was number 4 last week. He moves up to number 3 now. He got a 132 final rating in his career debut. He got a 116 final rating in the front runner. He was second behind runaway winner Boat de Oro. He was a distant second. He raced wide early. He was wide around the backstretch. From an outside post, he stalked the pace. He finished a clear second. He has plenty of upside with only 2 starts under his belt. And then my number 2 Derby contender, Free Drop Billy. As I mentioned, he won the Breeders' Futurity last time. His Today's Racing Digest final ratings improved from all 4 starts. He went from a 126 to a 129 to a 138 to stretching out to 2 turns to a 140 in the Breeders' Futurity. He's certainly going the right way for trainer Dale Romans. And coming in at number 1 and remaining number 1, Boat de Oro. His Digest final ratings, he went from a 128 to a 132 to a 140 around 2 turns in the front runner, and his CPR ratings went from 120 to 126 to 141. He has running style versatility, he's undefeated, he's 2 for 2 at Del Mar, so he's going to be one that's certainly going to be a big factor in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Now, I'll be back next time to probably before the Breeders' Cup Juvenile with another update on my Derby contenders list. Until then, good luck at the races.